Hey, we're supposed to talk about Bucky and Robin.
Yes, Bucky and Robin.
All right,
there
so
we go.
got Batman, Captain America.
Yeah.
Like a little brief summary for those 5 people in the world who don't know the story about Batman. Batman, as an 8 to 10-year-old, sees his parents gunned down, vows vengeance, goes, trains his whole life. He trains to become a master at fighting, a master of his brains. He becomes a detective. He studies crime. He studies crime theory. He goes to temples and stuff, gets Shaolin masters to teach him how to kick the crap out of people and kill them 9 times before they hit the ground. Captain America, little asthmatic
Steve Rogers, man.
Steve Rogers, little weak kid, but you know what? He wanted to fight anyway.
He was like
balls.
Starvin Marvin, but white.
Yeah, he had balls, man.
Yeah.
Balls the size of metaphorical suns.
And because he was a good person and, you know, he became a super soldier.
Yeah, they gave him the super soldier serum, and then he got all this strength and stuff like that. So Batman worked for his strength, but Steve earned his strength.
Yeah, and the thing was, like, you know, with this serum, it only worked the one time. Like,
right after, some German guy comes out of nowhere and goes, and shoots a doctor, and the formula dies with him.
Mm-hmm.
So you got Steve Rogers and Bruce Wayne, and man, they're not just heroes, they got sidekicks.
Yeah, and this is the point about the sidekicks is a lot of people go like, oh, you know, like in a world there could be a Batman. I'm like, have you ever seen a billionaire that was actually tall?
Have you ever
or
seen
in shape? No.
Have you ever seen a billionaire that wasn't fucking useless? But you know what? In a modern age, Batman would be funny because he would be like, that's hot.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, in the modern.
Bruce Wayne would have a sex
And
tape.
the same thing with Steve Rogers is just like, you know, will you ever see like a freaking military guy without a tribal tattoo
seriously,
being a dick?
I'm pretty sure the Kardashians are fighting crime right now, and we would never know.
Yeah, no, never know. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like
the Kardashians are like Team America.
Yeah. No, but this is the thing, okay? Like those two guys, like they're saying, like, oh, you know, like you could one day be a Batman, or you could, you know, if you work out your body enough and you know have enough mental strength, you can be a Captain America. That is bullshit. We're not that good of human beings. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can be a Bucky Barnes. You can be, you know, a Robin. You know, Dick Grayson and James Barnes. You can actually be them.
You can't be the big man, but you could be the guy hanging out with the big man
in the cave or in the bunker.
Okay.
Either or.
So, brief synopsis of the character Robin. A similar fate. Parents die, kids lost. Batman's like, I'm going to take you under my wing. But because the first Robin, Dick Grayson, was a kick-ass acrobat.
Yeah.
Like, this guy already had half his training already. He's just like, all right, let's turn these flips into kicks.
Nice.
And so he takes Robin under his wing. He gives him the lamest outfit in the world. And
beats people up with it.
And beats people up with it. Because when people are like, what's this clown? Bam! In the face.
But like, then there's also that thing about, you know, we are talking about Dick Grayson and James Barnes. You know, we're talking about
the
these
parallel.
Two parallel, because one came out like right at the beginning, like right at the middle, like the beginning of the 40s, which was Robin, and then mid 40s was Bucky Barnes.
Yeah,
with Captain A and all that.
Just on a little, if you notice, when Marvel Comics came out officially in the 60s, there are no more kid sidekicks. The younger teenagers were the actual heroes in Marvel Comics. Like Spider-Man wasn't no one's sidekick. He wasn't a Kid Flash, man. Spider-Man was 15 years old, but he was man, baby.
Oh, yeah. He, like, what kind of 16-year-old had a six-pack?
So, back in the days, in the 40s, they're like, hey, what's going to hike up sales? Let's give him a kid sidekick. Let's show Batman people that he's not scary. He's family-friendly.
Right.
So, he's up the character. They give Batman a sidekick. And everything gets a little brighter, because Robin, you know, you could see coming from
a mile away.
They glow crazy
They're
colors.
like, oh, man, what's that? Oh, there's a dark object, but there's like that really bright kid over there that's just waving at us, pointing at us and giving us the finger.
So Dick Grayson is a sidekick of Batman. Bucky Barnes becomes a sidekick of Captain America. Now, keep in mind, when Captain America was later revitalized in Marvel and they unfroze him or whatever, in the 40s, there was no real, like, I'm being frozen. They just canceled the run.
Yeah.
And then they're like, well, where's Captain America been? How is he still current now? It's been 20 years. They're like, oh, I mean, he's been fucking frozen.
Yeah.
So the character,
what about Bucky?
The Bucky Barnes character was never killed off. They just stopped writing them.
Yeah.
And that's what happens sometimes. Sometimes runs just get canceled. But Ed Brubaker, the best writer of Captain America, besides Mark Miller.
Oh, God.
Mark Miller, he's a shit.
Yeah.
He says in the beginning of the Winter Soldier omnibus I gave you for Christmas last year.
Love that thing.
He said, I always loved the character Bucky, but I never knew how he died. And it's like they explained it in a panel.
Wow.
Oh, something blew up.
Okay.
And he went in the ocean. And it didn't even say what really happened. Cap, I'm falling.
He was on fire and he went in there like Toro, but he wasn't Toro.
So he made up this amazing backstory that I would tell you, but you should just watch the fucking movie because they're going to tell you.
Let's just hope they do it right.
So let's do 3 backflips and a jump kick backwards.
Okay.
And say Bruce Wayne's got a sidekick, Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
James Bucky Barnes was pretty much
a military brat.
Yeah. And his father died during a military test gone wrong, so he was raised by the bases. So he liked to fight.
Yeah, he was one of those guys that was like a 14-year-old kid like taking down like 25-year-old guys.
Yeah, and he
wasn't a soldier so much. Like Bucky was actually a weapon. A weapon that could speak 4 languages.
Yeah. Ed Brubaker, the amazing Ed Brubaker, would later write the character of a lot more depth. Yeah. But originally he was just like, wow, Cap, all right.
Yeah, let's do this. And then you see like a kid doing a backflip and like taking down 3 guys.
He was like Arthur to Hercules.
Yeah.
So back in the day, Bucky. There you go. Hey, Herc. Back in the day, Bucky, he would pretty much like be the kid sidekick and stuff, and dad go into battle, and he was like, he's like a mascot for the army, you know? Like, hey, kids, join Captain America and Bucky. Like, this whole...
Let's take those Nazis out.
Like that. Like, hey, kids, join the army. Look, Bucky
Well, that was the thing. Like, with Detective Comics, actually kind of made you go like, okay, I want to be a good guy and I want to solve problems, like, because I want to be a detective. Yeah. And then with the Cap thing was like, okay, you want to support your country, you want to, get the Nazis out of there, you want to read your Captain America books, go with the red, white, and blue. And look, you have a kid. You're a kid. You might one day be right next to Captain America.
I want to punch Hitler in the face,
too. And I want to smile when he does it.
Yeah.
Just like Bucky does in the comics.
Yeah.
Yay!
So, after a couple of years, there's a parallel between these two characters because the character of Robin has been consistent and the writing and character of Bucky has been very inconsistent.
Yeah.
So, Dick Grayson would grow up and become his own character, Nightwing, badass.
Oh my God.
But before that, being the leader of the Teen Titans, really becoming his own man, having his own identity. And so he got spun off on his own. And the writers at DC are just like, well, Batman needs a Robin. It's like, same thing.
Yeah.
We need kids. They're like, okay. And what's his name? Jason Todd's this street tough kid, and he's trying to steal tires off the Batmobile. Yeah. And Batman takes him in, and he turns into this, like, little snot.
Yeah.
He's like a real little piece of garbage.
He's and he could have been a lot worse if Batman didn't help him.
It's like, Robin, don't do that. It's like, screw you, Batman.
I'll punch this guy in the throat if I want to.
I want to listen to Public Enemy.
Yeah.
So after a little while, the fans really weren't reacting, and they're like, hey, what if we kill him? So there's this long story. There's this issue of death in the family, and it's this not a very good book at all, I gotta say.
Yeah, a lot, but like it's a good, very fast kind of thing. Like, oh, he gets beat up by a crowbar, yay! No. But other than that, the whole 4 comic line is complete shit.
Yeah, like Joker's an ambassador for some
Egypt or
Arabic country, and he has diplomatic immunity, like in Lethal Weapon 2.
Okay, and then he gets a monocle. He gets, like, the Joker with the monocle and the top hat. What is he, the Monopoly guy?
He's a penguin.
Yeah, but he's like, fuck, no. Like, it's just stupid.
No, he had a turban do-rag thing going on.
Yeah, and then he had, like, a fucking monocle at one point.
But just rewinding back, spoilers if you don't know how Jason Todd dies, but if you want to see it better, read Under the Red Hood. It's wicked.
You could read it or just watch the movie if you guys are assholes.
And the movie's great. The movie's great, too. It's my favorite DC movie.
I thought we were talking about Bucky versus Dick.
Okay.
We're talking about Bucky versus Dick. Fuck Jason.
Okay.
Okay, fuck Todd.
Well, no, but then... Okay.
No, because you're going on a tangent.
Let me finish the Robin history.
You keep on going on... No Robin history. It's about frickin' Robin, Dick, and then there's fucking Bucky. There's no Jason. There's no freaking. We're sticking to the Robin and Bucky, the first ones. That's it. And then what they turn into, which is Nightwing and freaking Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Because we're talking about that.
One can say.
No, oh God, dude, you're on a tangent.
No, one can say that the Brubaker Bucky is, in my opinion, a completely different Bucky from the little pipsqueak that was like, hey, Herc, before that.
Of course. Same thing with Robin.
Brubaker Bucky is more similar to a modern writing of Jason Todd than he is Dick Grayson.
No, see, this is the thing. When they were like you know, in the 30s and well, let's say the 40s. Okay, they were in the 40s. Okay, and they're all like, "Yay, let's go, gee whiz!" You know, we'll see Batman punch someone in the face and we'll smile and be there and give kudos and like, you know, the finger pops and the little pow pow. You know, but see now. Because like society, you know, like we're like, oh shit, you know, you could watch like The Last Airbender and this guy's taking on like 500 kids. Okay, well, can like a child, you know, if they're like taken at a young age, can they actually be made into a weapon?
Okay.
Which you could honestly say, you know, like reading which books are doing now and what you're seeing on screen, you could totally believe like, you know, not like a little Karate Kid, you know, it's like 6 years old and like breaking like little boards and looking like a idiot. I'm talking about like a genuine kid that knows how to do tactical things. One is a soldier and the other one's a detective, and it's mainly because of Batman and because of Cap.
Okay, but I'm still gonna punch you in the balls about this because the thing is, Jason Todd dies.
Yes,
and later he's brought back by bad writing. He's brought back. Honestly, it's just a result of this Infinite Crisis thing of punching reality, or I don't know. But he crawls out of the grave like the Crow.
Yeah.
And
all crazy.
And he becomes the Red Hood, which was an alias the Joker went by before becoming the Joker.
Yeah, the mobster.
The mobsters would pretty much take random doofuses, put them in a red.
Just read
hood
the Killing
costume.
Joke.
Read the Killing Joke,
or
fine.
just play Batman Origins. There's a part in there.
Arkham Origins.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Okay, so Jason Todd comes back from the dead, but Bucky Barnes also comes back from the dead.
Jason Todd went crazy.
Between Dick.
Bucky lost an arm.
Yeah, and
There's a difference.
And he got all fucking, you know, like
brainwashed.
Clockwork Orange, holding your eyes open, watching shit.
Yeah.
He got all brainwashed, and he's like, you, Captain America, I am Russian now.
Yeah, well, no, he already knew Russian.
Yeah,
you know?
I'm the Winter Soldier, and, you know, Jason Todd comes back from the dead. You, Batman, I'm the Red Hood. So you got that type of thing. But eventually, Captain America and at some point in this continuity writing, they both die.
Yeah.
Not together, not in a lover's quarrel.
Not in the same time.
But they die.
Yeah.
And
not against each other. Just
Nightwing will take over as Batman until later. Eventually, no spoilers. Duh. They write.
Well, it was Grant Morrison's Batman and Robin with Damian Wayne, which is Batman's son, and you know, Dick Grayson playing Batman. It was actually a great book. Yeah. It was a calmer Batman, but it's still madly skilled.
More of a, and his son is like, and Bruce Wayne's son Damian, he becomes like focused, crazy.
Yeah, crazy nutter.
No bullshit.
He makes Jason Todd look like a nice little thing of Cheerios.
Yeah, but Jason Todd would be like, fuck you, Batman. Yeah. I'm going to my room and listening to...
Yeah, and Damian would stab a guy with a sword.
Yeah, Damian would stab someone with a shim.
Yeah, and just like stab someone. But then there's also, you know, but people that are listening is going like, oh, Bucky was also Cap.
Yeah, so Steve Rogers was, and he's been back for a while, so this is not a spoiler, so you if you didn't know Captain America eventually dies, or temporarily dies, or whatever.
Yeah, like, you know how he does.
I can't tell you in one sentence how he comes back without it sounding completely retarded. But,
and gay.
Yeah, but Captain America dies, and Bucky Barnes, like, after not being hypnotized anymore, takes over. So there's that parallel.
But it's a different costume, too. I like Bucky's costume of Cap so much more.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it's the whole thing, like, he still has a metal arm.
And he uses a gun a lot more.
Yeah, and he uses a gun, and it's really cool because, like, you know, he has the metal arm and a shield.
Yeah.
And he has a gun.
But there's also this feeling of inadequacy that they always have, knowing that they're stepping in these huge shoes and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So, Bucky versus Robin in an actual fight. Let's get on that, because that's what people who chimed into this are like, oh, man, these fucking virgins will never shut up.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Okay, now we're talking about Bucky versus Robin, like, as kids. Like, they're both, like, 15 years old.
Okay, Brew Bucky and Bucky are two different people, just to say.
Okay, we're not talking about, like, so we're not talking about movie Robin, and we're not talking about movie Bucky. Well, we're talking about comics.
Well, I don't think Chris O'Donnell could take on whoever Winter Soldier is played by. I don't remember his name.
Yeah, well, because, like...
Sebastian Stan versus Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah, those are... Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'd just shoot him.
Yeah,
in the
exactly. Well, that's the thing. Batman's like no guns, and Captain America's like, sure, Buck, hold this.
Yeah. You know, like, well, that's the whole thing. It's detection and being a ninja, and then there's being a soldier. And oddly enough, I was thinking about getting a Bucky Robin tattoo, but then I'm running out of space. And then I told Ryan to get it, and he's like, what? Well, one day that one of them might be gay. You know, like they might turn gay.
No, I don't mind if they're gay. I have a problem with they just like, all right, in this issue, Bucky fucks dogs.
And it has to be Bucky that dogs. Eh? It's not the one that like is called Robin. Like
He's not the one in the pixie boots.
yeah. It's not Robin that like likes putting like birds in his pants or something.
Yeah.
Plucking his dick or
So
something.
anyway, Robin is the first sidekick. Way before Captain America had a sidekick.
Well, not way before. I'd say like 6 years.
Well, whatever. A noticeable time.
Okay.
Robin, the first idea of the kid sidekick. So, Dick's got this like acrobatic training.
Yeah.
Because there's two varies. You got to go with the Jason Todd parallel and the Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
I don't think Jason Todd. The thing is, Jason Todd's more ruthless.
Yeah.
So when Winter Soldier's
He'll
shooting,
take you down.
so Winter Soldier's shooting shit out of him, Red Hood will shoot right back.
Yeah.
But Dick would be at a disadvantage because he's been taught his whole time, don't kill.
Yeah, don't kill, just like maneuver.
And Bucky would kill 20 on a good day.
Yeah.
Okay, Dick Grayson.
Yeah.
Bucky Barnes.
Yeah.
On a battlefield.
Okay, on a boat, like a ship, just them.
Does
Like what is it? Is it jungle themed? Is it like the rooftops? Is it, on a boat that they can't just get out of the situation? Okay,
There's
Robin with a staff and Bucky with a knife.
Dick never used a staff. That's Tim
Yeah,
Drake.
it's Tim Drake. Okay, he has a grappling gun. Okay, he has his grappling gun.
Here's a batarang.
Batarang too.
All right, bare-fisted.
Okay, barefisted, perfect. Okay, but he's still rocking the green gloves and he's rocking the red.
Yeah.
So it's kind of Christmas theme.
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay, so it would be a really cool fight because Bucky would want to take him down. Like not only he'd actually like kill him. And Robin, like, dude, the guy knows how to move.
Yeah.
And he probably does have some like bat things.
It'd be like watching Siegfried and Roy fight each other.
Yeah, but with no tigers. Yeah. But oh my god, that is so hard. It's gonna piss me off, but I'd probably go with Robin.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, Dick Grayson for his acrobaticness, but geez, Bucky really knows how to fight. Though.
I know, but like this is the thing. Like I've seen Robin get out of so many like holds.
Yeah.
That's the only problem. And they're both kids, so like it's gonna be like wicked fast.
This is another debate in it.
Yeah.
It's that if there's this thing where it's like if they tell them you're not allowed to kill,
yeah,
Dick has this advantage. He's like, I was never going to kill. If they're like you have to kill,
yeah,
Dick would lose
Dick
would lose because
Bucky would win.
He'd be about to break his neck and he'd be like,
no,
I can't.
And then he just flips him over.
Goes, and then Bucky, knife to the face.
Yeah, flips him over.
Okay,
yeah, just flips him over and breaks his neck.
Okay, Red Hood versus Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier. Hands down. Winter Soldier.
Well, Winter Soldier at this point, because Jason Todd is still a moron.
Yeah.
But plain and simple, he's been trained really well. Yeah. But he's still kind of impulsive and an idiot. Yeah. And Winter Soldier, even with all his brainwashing, it's still like
he's even more.
It's productive brainwashing.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It's like it's kind of like Hawkeye in a way. Like he's meant to be a weapon.
Hawkeye versus Green Arrow is the next episode,
yes.
by the way.
No, but see, like now when it comes to
so is Barney versus Dudley.
Okay, Dudley the Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. Like when you get down to it, it's like. Okay, these guys both use guns. Yeah. These guys both know, tactics.
They're both not afraid to kill
at all. But I'd still go with Bucky.
Yeah,
I'd go with Winter Soldier. Yeah, I'd go with Winter. Just because second they get close, like really close, not far away. I'm talking about close.
Yeah.
Done.
Now, Dick Grayson Batman versus Bucky Barnes Captain America. The wonderful thing about the internet here, people, is that you can literally comment and say you're fucking wrong. Yeah. F you. Guido shot first.
And Batman, Dick Grayson has all
Bruce's toys.
All his toys.
Yeah, but some of his doubts.
Okay, well, what do you think?
I'd say, because he has all his toys and stuff like that. Yeah. I'd say Dick would be an advantage because Dick has Robin or somebody. He's got an Alfred. He's got Bucky. He's got all these people he can rely on. Yeah. And I don't think. I haven't read enough of it, but I'm pretty sure Bucky Barnes, Captain America, didn't really have S.H.I.E.L.D. in his favor.
No, he didn't. So, no, he was just doing it like a temp job.
Yeah. So
because it's going to go to Nomad.
I'd probably go with Dick being Batman.
Dick being Batman.
But at the same time, Bucky's still more ruthless.
Okay.
The thing about ruthless, you can never turn your back on a ruthless person.
No. Especially when he has a mechanical arm. Yeah. And, he has...
Oh, that's true. The mechanical arm
and
is
the shield. Advantage. And the gun.
Oh.
Yeah.
The shield. Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe I'm going with Buck.
I'm
going with Barnes then.
Okay, you're going with Barnes?
Yeah, because Bruce could stand up to Bucky's cap, but not Dick.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. That's where I'm getting at. is that that's actually Batman Bruce Wayne's best power. He's the best problem solver. Like he's that muscle in his brain, that's his superpower right there. It's just that he knows how to problem solve everything. But see, this is what I'm getting at. Okay, I was a little bit at a standstill when you said like, you know, oh, Dick is Batman, and I'm like, oh, okay. But then I thought Dick is Nightwing, and then I was like, oh, still Bucky as Cap would annihilate him. Just break him down. Because like you gotta think about a guy that just knows how to counter everything.
Yeah.
And imagine if he has like his ordinary hand covered by a shield, and then he has a metal hand, and then he has all the enhancements he's gotten in his body, especially with his reaction time, which is parallel to anybody.
Well, throws a batarang, catches a metal arm.
Yeah. Or even deflects it.
No, he could use his arm is technically just as good as Steve's shield. Mm-hmm. So with the shield
Double time.
With the arm.
Double time.
Yeah.
Yep. Gone. You're done.
Yeah.
It's pretty much like he's like the joust of he's like the knight of the modern world. He's going to kill you regardless.
All right. So with the three,
I'm going Robin against Bucky.
Yeah.
But then, like, the second he goes to Winter Soldier, it's just a completely different level.
There's really no comparison because there's always, like, is there weapons involved?
Yeah.
Are they allowed to kill?
Is there birds flying around? It might be distracting.
Yeah. Dogs and cats.
Living together.
Side by side. All right, well...
Mass hysteria.
Well, that was a nice debate. In fact, all you trolls on the internet who really like saying, you are it wrong. You, sir, are out of line.
Now,
say it.
Don't forget, I dress up as Robin and Bucky.
That's
true. I'm going to find you and kick your ass.
So to end this little episode up, we do promotion for a store called Expert Comics that's in Carrefour LaSalle in Montreal.
I can't believe I could get any more geek, but they're really helping out.
Yeah, and Jason, you have a Robin and Bucky costume.
Yeah.
You're premiering the Bucky costume. Basically, when you're wearing your Robin suit and you're wearing your Bucky suit, like which costume would you pick over the other? I guess Robin because he's more known and less people would be like,
why are you wearing that girl suit?
Yeah, because the Bucky Barnes costume is kind of like a jacket that's sewn into like a type of onesie type.
Yeah, it is a onesie. It's a very revealing onesie with a little bit of ass cush.
Thanks to the very talented Jody Sims who took a jacket that we bought and
at a thrift store for $40, and then we put $60 in it, and now I have a authentic Bucky Barnes costume that looks like it's straight from the 40s.
Yeah.
You know,
that's fantastic.
Yeah, I would actually have to see. Ryan really likes it when people come out of their way and go, "You're Batman," you know, or "You're Captain America." Me,
I get drunk on attention.
Yeah, see, he loves it. I'm more of a person that
you're a fat man. And you're Captain America supersized.
Yeah, you're like you got a super serum, but you got that super gut. No, but
McRib.
Yeah. Stop eating. No, I actually like it when someone, you'll hear from afar going like, "Oh my God, it's Bucky Barnes." Like, see, I rather that than like, "Oh, look, it's Rob."
Okay,
check sauce, Robin.
Oh, I got you. So in a sense, it's just like I want to be an Iron Maiden, and you want to be in like
Ed Guy.
Yeah, there you go. Cool.
Yeah. I just like.
You're like when you find an Ed Guy fan, you're like another one,
and then we could talk about the song. Yeah, like it was the same time when we went like to Avengers. And, like, a lot of people didn't know who I was, and I was actually, like, one of my favorite characters ever. I also love Bucky a lot, too. Don't forget this, okay? But I was going as Quicksilver, and only maybe 6 people out of, like, a cinema that fits 300, knew who I was. And actually, David, that works at Expert Comics, awesome dude, by the way.
But you know what? After this...
That's how we first met.
The Captain America movie, it's a shame they didn't go with the teenage sidekick thing and give him a mask and stuff, because when the character dies in the first movie, it would have been a little bit more like, "Oh man,
yeah, he's a kid, man.
His sidekick died." He was like, "You killed a kid, man."
Yeah,
but
because they had Hogan Heroes.
But after this movie and after this premiere, a lot more people are gonna know who Winter Soldier is.
Yeah,
this name of the movie.
Yeah, like that's the thing.
Bucky's finally starting to get his shining. So whatever. This is the end of this story. It was Bucky versus Robin, and it's decided that we love Dick. But sometimes
when he's a 15-year-old,
we like to buck.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. All right, that's it. It's not going to get better than that. Bye.